Um, I was trying to figure this thing out. Let me see, settings. Still, you can't hear me? Okay, good. Is there any echo in the voice or any disturbance? Okay, good. Actually, the problem is I'm kind of hearing myself. Maybe it's because I'm logged in on two systems. Let me just. How about now? Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? And can you also see my screen? Okay, good. Perfect. So I wanted to ask, first of all, what are all the different things that have you first? Okay, and also, are you able to see the presentation that I'm sharing on my screen right now? Can you see the presentation as well? Is this, are you able to view it properly without an issue? How about now? Can you hear me and can you see me properly? I have enlarged the presentation here, so I hope you're able to completely see my screen and can see me and everything is working fine, and then we can start from there. Okay. So the agenda for today's meeting is, first of all, I'm not sure if you guys are aware of the new course that I have released. It's related to the Salesforce integration with external system. So in this course, we're going to talk about some of the important things, and I will also tell you about what is all covered in the course. And towards the end of the course of this session, I'll also give you a coupon code which is going to expire today. So it's 1 day left, and I'm not even sure if it's going to get expired. So if you are not yet enrolled in the course, you should be in. It'll be highly recommend you guys to enroll in the course, because this is one of the most demanded and most in-depth course on integration. So as you already know that there are different ways that Salesforce allows you to integrate with other systems. So we have a lot of APIs like REST API, SOAP APIs, then we have is streaming APIs, bulk APIs, all those things. So this particular course covers all of those with the help of some projects. Okay, so we are going to build about 5 projects inside of this course, and besides those projects we will also talk about 2 important tools like Postman and SOAP UI tool, and using those tools you will be able to perform calls, or you can test your APIs. So we will learn about Postman, we will learn about SOAP, and we'll also learn about platform events and change data capture events, and also is called push topics. So we'll learn all these concepts inside of this course with the help of the projects. So the first thing is, what I have done is I'm building a inside of I have created a account here, and this is my this is the developer's account that we will be using, and inside of this account I created 2 objects, 2 custom objects called student and school, and with the help of the bulk APIs I will be entering records into those 2 objects. And then I have an external system which is hosted on my local machine, an external application. And what does that application does? It basically fetches data from Salesforce. So we are making a call into Salesforce using the using a REST call. Okay, so first of all, let me go back and want to make sure you are following still with me and you are able to see my screen. Are you able to understand so far? Okay, barely see the presentations. Okay, so what I can do here is, how about if I hide, how about now, guys? Are you able to see my screen? So I've removed the camera screen, so you will be able to see the screen properly. Okay, good. So do you want me to repeat anything? Okay, good. I'm glad we worked it out. So now what we are going to do is, this is the new course, so I'm not sure how many of you are aware about the course, and if I go here, this is the new course that I'm talking about. It's already a bestseller, Salesforce integration with external systems. And you can see here it's 1 day left of the price, and at your end you might see a different amount because I think it's based on the country. So if you are not yet enrolled, then you can, yes, the course is available on Udemy, and I have just posted a link with the coupon code. If you are not enrolled, then you can go ahead and enroll it now, and then we will discuss what all things we are going to cover. Yes, Sambhav, it is available. So now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back to my developer's account here. So this is the developer account, and we are building so we're going to learn about REST APIs, and we're going to learn about streaming APIs and all that. So the first project that we are going to build in the course is we are going to host a application on our local machine, and the application it is on my Visual Studio Code. So let me just get the Visual Studio Code here. So this is the application, and from this application you can see here we are making a REST call, and in order to make this REST call we need to first authenticate ourselves, and in order to authenticate we need a client ID, client secret, username, and password. So all this information is available in this credentials.json file. So this is the credentials.json file in which I have provided my username, I have provided my password, and I have this client ID, and this is the client secret. Now, if I go ahead and run this application, so what's going to happen is it's going to host the application on my local machine. So it's running right now. You can see here it's already there. And now if I go to localhost 3000, this is how the application we have. Okay, this is the application that we are building. And this application has 3 tabs. The home tab is just the static message. Now if you go to the student details tab, what it is doing is it is pulling up all the data from the student object that we have uploaded using the bulk APIs. Similarly, we have a school object. This is also a custom object that we are building inside of Salesforce, and we are uploading the records into that object using the bulk APIs. So let me show you the objects that we have created. So this is the schema builder here, and in the schema builder, let me close this, and you can see here, let me clear all this, and I'm just going to show you a student object that we have created, and another one is the school object. So we are going to build these 2 objects here, and they have a lookup relationship between 2 of them. And what we have done is we have uploaded records, and this is the application that we have created. It's called Education. This is a new app that we have built inside of the course, and it has 2 objects, which is the students and the schools. So these are all the records that we have, and we have uploaded these records. Some of them we created manually, some of them we have uploaded using the bulk APIs. So you can see here under the school object, these are all the different records that we have uploaded under the school object, and these are the same exact records that you are seeing under this application that you have. And this is the application that we have hosted on our local host. And the code for the application, I have it in my Visual Studio Code, and you can see here we are displaying whatever the records that has returned back from the Salesforce, and we are displaying those records using these we have view. You can see here, this is where we are making the call here. First we are authenticating, and then we are making the call. And similarly we have student.js, which is we are querying the student records from the student object, and here we are querying the school records. And then we can see here on those application we have a student.jade file. Student.jade file, and this is all the records that came back. We are displaying in a form of a table here, and that's how you see all the records that came back from the so this is one project, the first project that we are building inside of the course, and through this project you will see how to actually make a call from the REST from an external application to Salesforce using the REST APIs. Any questions, guys, so far, or are you able to hear me properly? Rahul, the link that I have already given, I think if you're in India, it should not be more than 450 rupees. I'm not sure if you are familiar with Udemy. You can, if you click on the link that I have given, this is the link, let me post again. If you click on that link, you can see how much it is at your place. So every country pricing are different for the course. Any questions on the project that we are building in the course? Okay, so it's 364 in Indian rupees. Thank you, Jaina. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Yes, so this is the Ramesh, the core, the application that we have. It is hosted on your local machine. So that is the local host, and the port number is 3000, and that's where we have by default it has been deployed on that port. Okay, so that was the first project that we are going to build in the course. So let me go up again. So this is the project that we are building, student info app. And the next thing is we will be uploading data into the Salesforce using the bulk APIs. Okay, so what we are doing is, as I mentioned, we have created these two objects. One is the school object and the other one is the student object, and we will be uploading data. So for that, I'll be teaching you how to use Postman. So this is the Postman tool that I have downloaded on my local machine, and using this tool, and I've also given you instructions on how to download. So these are all the different calls. These are 27 of these API calls that we will cover in the course, and we will be making these calls from Postman to our Salesforce org. And so here, this is the first step for bulk. If you have to upload records using a bulk API, then you have to first create a job. So there's basically bulk APIs is done in 3 steps. First, you create a job. The second step is you're going to add the batch to the job. So basically, whatever, and then the third step would be whatever the records that you want to add, you will add those records to the batch. So this is the bulk API authentication call. So it takes in these parameters. First is the grant type. It's always going to be equal to password. The client ID and the client secret. So these two information we will get when we create a connected app inside of Salesforce. Okay, and how to do that is also covered in the course. So using that connected app, when we create the connected app, we will get a client ID and we'll get a client secret. And this is the username and this is the password. So this is the first bulk API authentication call. So when I go ahead and hit the send button, it's giving me an authentication failure, and I'm pretty sure why, because these two information might not be correct. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go back and I will get the information from my credentials.json file, and let's just go ahead and paste that information in my Postman. So let's see. Okay, so now what we are doing is we have created a job. Okay, so this is the first step, and in our body we have told what kind of records you wanted to insert. Okay, so this is the job that we are creating. Sorry, this is the authentication piece. I'm so sorry. This is the authentication piece where we are just authenticating ourselves to use Salesforce. So in order to authenticate, what are the things that we are doing? We are passing in the client ID, client secret, and then the username and the password. So we have to authenticate ourselves. The second step is to create a job. Third step is to add the batch to the job. And the fourth one would be adding those records to the batch. So that is how the whole bulk APIs work. So we have done our first step. Now, when we do the bulk APIs authentication piece, we will get an access token. Okay, so this is the token that you will use in order to make your upcoming request, okay, into Salesforce. So you don't have to authenticate every first request. Basically, whenever you authenticate yourself, it will give you an access token, and based on that access token, you will make the next request. So the next request here is creating a job. And you can see here under the headers, the access token that I retrieved from this, I'm going to paste that access token over here. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this access token, and under the create job, I will paste this access token. Okay, so this is one of the header that we have to pass. And in the body, you will tell what records you want to insert. So what kind of records? Are you working on an account object, or are you trying to insert records into a student object or a school object? What is the object that you're trying to insert records into? So then you will specify all that information in the body of this, in the request body here. This is going to be the URL of the request, the endpoint URL, and in the header, you will pass in the access token, which we retrieved from the authentication call. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we are basically, once we do this, it will create a job ID for us. So I have not sent the request yet. So what I'm going to do is I'll go back to my developer org, and I can look up here under Apex jobs. You can see these are Apex jobs that we have, and under these Apex job you will get the information of jobs that are currently running. Let me So we have these bulk data job loads as well. So you can take a look at what's going on with your jobs. So now if I go ahead and go to my Postman here, and if I hit the send, so what it is doing is it will give me a job ID. It will tell me that, okay, you're trying to do an insert operation, and which object you're trying to insert records. You're trying to do records on the account object. So now if I go back here under my Apex jobs, let me see. You can see here in your bulk data load jobs, that particular job ID is there. It tells you what operation you're trying to insert, and it'll give you the information that the job is being in progress. Okay, it's ready to be, it's open yet. Okay, and you can close the job also by clicking on the close button, and it will close the job. Okay, so far, are you following me, guys, what I've covered? Let me go back to my, are you following along with me? Dharmesh has a question. So Dharmesh, the data that you are retrieving from Salesforce, it's not getting stored on your local machine, first of all. You are just fetching the data and displaying in your local host machine. Okay. So this is, so here I'm going back to my Postman. So everybody understood about the create a job call, and we created the job. Then the next step will be adding the batch to the job. So whatever the job ID that you created, this is the job ID, right? So you go ahead and copy this job ID, and the next request you have to do is you have to add the batch to this job ID. So here I'm going to replace the job ID that I retrieved from the previous call and the access token. Okay, so the access token needs to be copied again, because anytime you make a call you have to authenticate, and in order for you to authenticate you need the access token as well. So we got the access token. Now we are adding the batch to the job, and in the body we are passing all the account records that you are trying to create. So these are all the different account records. Now if I go under, let me change the number here. We'll say 1000 dummy account, this is 2000 dummy account, this is 3000 dummy account, and this is 4000. Okay, so these are the dummy accounts that I'm trying to insert. I have not yet sent the request yet, but I will check how many current accounts that I have under the account tab, how many records that I have. You can see here, this is the accounts, and now if I go under all accounts, we have total of 23 records, and they are dummy 101, 102. Now what will I do is, from my Postman I'm going to make a request, and I'll hit the send button. And now what it should do is, you can see here the status that came back is 201, means it's good, everything went successfully, and it'll tell you how many records it's trying to insert. So right now it's queued. Queued means it's because this is asynchronous process. This doesn't happen right away. It'll, whenever the resources are available, you will see the status getting changed. So what I'm doing here is, now if I go back to my Postman, currently we have 23 records. Now if I go ahead and hit refresh, you will see there we have 4 more records got inserted. Okay, so that is 1000, dummy 2000, 3000, 4000. So using the Postman we made the bulk APIs call, and this is just to give you a simple overview. Okay, we are going to cover a lot more things in the bulk API, but this is just an introduction to the bulk API piece. So in order to upload bunch of records, when do we use bulk APIs? We will use bulk APIs when we have large sets of data to upload. Just like we have data loader and import, you have large sets of data and you want to upload. Let's say another application is there and they give you about 1,000 records every day, and they give you those records in a form of an Excel sheet, and you have to upload those records into Salesforce. So how will you do that? You basically take that Excel sheet, you will create a job, add the batch, and then you'll upload that Excel sheet through the bulk APIs also. And how do we do that? It is covered in the course as well. So bulk APIs are mostly used when you have large sets of data to upload. Any questions, guys, on this bulk API piece that I've covered? No, Dharmesh, I did not installed anything on the local. I just got all the plugins, okay, and and then I just use the Node.js server to host the application. All the steps are covered in the course. This is just the end result that I'm showing you guys. So are you able to understand the bulk APIs? Hello, Ishwar. Are you guys able to see me as well? And hey guys, are you there? Okay. Any other persons have any questions? Because I only see comments from 3 people going so far. Barbara? Okay, good. Sanjana? Okay, so the next thing is, so we talked about the bulk APIs now, but there are a lot more things that we will be covering in the course. I just gave you a quick bit overview of the bulk APIs. Then the next thing we have is a external web service we will be calling from Salesforce. So we are creating a Lightning Aura component, okay? And inside of the Aura component, we created this button. And anytime you click on the button, all the foreign exchange rates are displayed on the screen. So the application that we have here is we are going to build in the course. This is called as, if I go here to my developer console, and in order to have Lightning application ready, you have to first set up your domain and all that. So all that is there. And this is the application that we will be building, and this is how the application will look like. And then this has a simple text, and then we are clicking on this button. And once you click on the button, all the rates are displayed here. So how this whole call out is done, it's the project that we are also going to build in the course. Basically, we are making a REST call from our Aura component, and in order to make the REST call, we have to authenticate. That's the first piece, and then we will make the call, and the response that came back from that REST call, we are displaying that response inside of our Lightning Aura component. So in this course, we will also build a project using Lightning Aura components, Lightning Web components as well. So this is the second project that we are going to build inside of the course. Okay, we are building a Lightning Aura component. Now the next thing that we have is another project, which is the streaming APIs in Salesforce. So this is a little bit more advanced, and what are we doing here is we are going to host a application using Eclipse. Excuse me, guys. So we are having a Java application. We are not building this Java application from scratch. What we are doing is we are using Eclipse, and through the Eclipse, we are building this Java application. We are hosting the Java application, and we run the Java application using Eclipse. And then what we have is we have Salesforce, and this Java application will subscribe to the channel. So what is this streaming API? So think of streaming APIs as a YouTube channel. Okay, so I have a YouTube channel called My Tutorial Rack, right? So what happens is, whenever you subscribe, so if you are subscribed to my channel, you will automatically get a notification if I'm uploading a video, or if I'm making a live event or something of that nature, right? You don't have to keep coming to my channel to see did I uploaded something, right? Similarly, you don't have to keep calling Salesforce to check did anything changed on Salesforce. In this case, what will happen is, if you are subscribed to those channels, it can be a platform event type of channel, or a push topic, or a change data capture. Anytime a record gets uploaded into that particular object, what will happen is it will send you a notification on the other side. Okay, so all you have to do from the other side is subscribe to the channel that you're interested in. Or let's say your Java application wants to know anytime a new student record gets created, or anytime a student record gets deleted. You should get a notification on your external application. You can do that using a platform event. So anytime you create a platform event object, it is very similar to creating a custom object. You create a platform event object, and then what you do is you basically you have that channel name. Once you create a platform event, you get a channel name, and then the external application will subscribe to that channel. And now if you insert a new record into student object, or you delete, the external application will get a notification. Okay, so that is how this is done. So if I go back, let me show you if I have the whole system set up. So this is the Eclipse ID, and how to install all that is already covered in the course. And from this Java application, we are subscribing to a platform event. So this is the project that I have. And here, this is how we are going to subscribe. So there is a subscribe. It takes in 4 parameters. You have to pass in, and this is how all the parameters we are passing. Run configurations here, and these are all the arguments that we are giving. And first we are giving the username, we are giving the password with the security token, and then what kind of event are you interested in. You can subscribe to a platform event, you can subscribe to a change data capture event, and you can also subscribe to a push topic. So now if I go ahead and let me go ahead and run it. Now what's going to happen is it's going to subscribe to a case. Okay, invalid login, because I have to provide the right information. So let me go ahead, run configurations, go under arguments. This is my username. Let me update the password. So if I go under here, this is my password. So let me go ahead and copy this password here, and this is the password, and I'm subscribing to an event, and I've already created this event inside of my Salesforce, a change data. So I'm subscribed here, and it'll tell me that, okay, case change event. So this is the event that I'm subscribing to from this Java application. So anytime now I upload a case record or I delete, I will get a notification over here. So let me go back to my Salesforce, and under here, if I go to a case record, and how all is that, it is covered. I'm just giving you an overview here. So we have all open cases, and let's say I update something on this case. Okay, so let me go here. This is the details. Let me change the status of this from new to working, and then hit the save button. Now the moment I hit the save button, my external application got a notification here. You can see here it gave an exact message, and it will tell me what has changed. Okay, you can say it's the change is on the case object. You're updating. Okay, if you created a new record, the change type would be insert, and what field have you changed. So it will tell you that the status has been updated, so it will give you all that information as well. Status has been uploaded to working. So since this Java application is subscribed to that channel, that's why it got the notification. So this is the third project that we are going to build inside of this course. Any questions, guys? Yes, Dharmesh, yes, we have to install Eclipse and the steps are already covered in the course, okay? Yes, you can use a Heroku as well, or you can have any application. The steps would be similar, but the course is basically based using the Eclipse, so that's why you can use the same thing. It's a free tool. You can download it. That. So, any questions, guys, on this one? No, so the course, you don't have to pay anything for hosting, nothing. There's completely free. All the tools that I've used is free tool, Postman, all those are open source tools. So there's nothing that you have to pay for this. Yes, Dharmesh, I won't. I will be doing these live sessions frequently, and it's part of the package. So I've been taking these doubt sessions, and so all that stuff. So the Eclipse application that the Java application, as a Salesforce developer, you don't have to you don't have to know Java. So what you can do is the course that in this course, I'm actually using a project and we're just running that project inside of Eclipse and making some tweaks in that project. And then you are going to see how to integrate. Can we use named credentials for authentication? You should be able to use it, but in the course, I have not used the named credentials. I've used the connected app and all that stuff in order for it to do it, but I don't think it should be having problems using the named credentials. Are we clear on everything, guys? Can I proceed to the next thing? Should I go ahead and proceed? Did you guys, are you able to see me? Or you're just able to see my screen? Nobody's responding, or I'm not getting the messages. Mohit. Okay. Okay, Barbara. I didn't know. I didn't realize that. Okay. So now I've given you an overview of three projects that we are going to build, the mini projects that we're going to build in the course. And now I'll go back to my fourth project that we are building. So I just gave you one of the examples using the change data capture, but we are going to learn about push topics. We will see platform events as well. So all that thing are covered part of the streaming APIs inside of the course. Then the fourth course that we are going to build, or the fourth project, that we're going to build is we are going to create two developers account, and one developer account will act as a source org. The second developer account will act as a target org, and we are going to integrate these two orgs using the SOAP APIs. Okay, so we will be building, so let me go back, and I have two accounts here. One is called as the child Salesforce system, and the other one that I've created is a parent Salesforce system. So two developers account, and anytime you create a record, okay, I think it's a contact record. So anytime you create a contact record on this parent system, it automatically fires a trigger, and that trigger actually calls a handler, and from the handler we are making a SOAP call, and what that does is basically whatever the record that you have inserted into the parent system, the same record gets created on the child system. So we are going to integrate two completely different Salesforce org using the SOAP UI. So here you're going to learn about partner WSDL, enterprise WSDL, how to generate classes, how to integrate, write the Apex class, trigger, handler, etc. So here, if I go, I have a trigger. So if I go under the Apex, sorry, I was under the, to go to the setup, and under quick find, if I type in Apex triggers, and you can see here I created a trigger. This is the parent Salesforce system I'm currently logged in, and we are creating a contact trigger. So from the contact trigger, I am calling a helper. This is the helper that I'm calling, and what it is doing is anytime you create a new contact record in the parent Salesforce system, it automatically creates the same exact record on the child system as well. So what I'm going to do is, let me log in. Let me get rid of all this. Okay, so this is my parent system. So if I wanted to see, I can see here, settings. I'm logged into my parent Salesforce system. Okay, so now what will I do? I'll log into the child Salesforce system here. And this is my child Salesforce system. And how to do integration, we are covering already in the course. So this is the child Salesforce system I have. And let me go to the contact record. So this is the contact. And then I currently have about 22 records in this child Salesforce system. Okay, now I will go back. You can see here, this is the child Salesforce system, just to prove. This is the child, and currently it has 22 records under the contact tab. So what I will do is I will log in back to my parent Salesforce system. So this is my parent Salesforce system, and here I will create a new contact record. So I'll go back. I don't know why Salesforce started doing, I have to log out and log in back again twice. So we have contact, and this is the contact record. And then I'm creating a new contact record. So here I will say Deepika, October 10th, okay, 2020. This is the record I'm creating, and let me just go ahead and put the same last name and then hit the save button. So this is the record that I've created. Now if I log in to my child system, so currently I'm in the parent system. So here if I go settings, I'm in the parent system, and in the child system there were total of 22 contact records. So I'll go back to my child Salesforce system. And here, if I go, you can see these are the, I'm going to the contacts, and let's hopefully, fingers crossed, 23 items. So there has been integration done, and you can see here, this is that record that I created. And if you want, you can also see the date, when was it created. So you can see here, this was created on 10/10/20 at 9:48 a.m. I think it's, maybe it's in Pacific, yeah, Pacific time zone. So you can see here that same exact record got created. So this is the fourth object that we are going to create in this course. So these are very good projects. It's completely hands-on. The course is about 10 hours long. Okay, so it covers each and everything, and you will getting very crisp information. You will the code snippets and everything is part of the course. Any questions, guys, so far? Tashif, this is something for Salesforce. So I just want to say, if somebody wants to learn Java, we have a trainer named Tashif. So contact him if you guys are interested. Okay. Any questions on the fourth project? This was, so the, I basically, you could have usually, the reason behind creating these two orgs and connecting the SOAP org was just to give you how to use SOAP APIs. Now SOAP APIs you can integrate from Salesforce to a completely Java application or a .NET application. I just choose one example where there might be scenarios where you wanted to connect two different, completely different Salesforce org. it can come in real time, but I personally, I have integrated Salesforce with an external system, which is not a Salesforce system. This was just an example that I thought will be helpful in order to understand. Barbara, that is not part of the course to connect SQL Server database to Salesforce. Krishna, the course is it's a recorded session, but the course comes up with a live doubt session on a weekend. Okay, so if you have gone through the course and you are having issues or trying to understand some part and you're not able to follow, we will be doing these frequent doubt session on a weekly basis. And you can get that. Okay, so but the course is a recorded course. Yes, Shantanu, I am covering all the concept of connecting, configuring everything, remote site settings, all that. So everything is part of the course. Rahul, this is the course that got released last week, probably. I think end of last month. So fairly new course. If you are not enrolled, then I will recommend you guys to check that one out. Okay, guys, so this was the 4th project. Now I'm jumping on to the last project of the course, which is, we've already covered the SOAP UI. So SOAP UI is also covered in the course. So from the SOAP UI, we will be seeing how to make login requests, how to okay, Kalpesh, I will do that. So we will talk about the SOAP UI. We will talk about how to make login requests, create new records using the SOAP UI tool, deleting records using the SOAP UI tool, updating records. So we will also cover the SOAP UI and Postman both in detail in the course as well. And the 5th project that we are going to build a Lightning web component. So I'm assuming that you guys are familiar with basics of Lightning web components. If you are not, I do have course related to the Lightning web components as well. So you can check the course out. So you will get a good understanding of Lightning web components, and then you will be able to perform. You can build this application. So what are we doing in this application is we are creating 2 different drop boxes, and from the first box you are going to basically, it gives you a conversion rate. Okay, if you wanted to convert USD to Indian rupee, so you will pick the USD in the first combo box, then the conversion currency, if you want to convert to Indian rupee, then you will pick that, and then you have a button, conversion rate. And when you click on the button, you're going to make a call out to the external application, which gives you the foreign exchange rate. And that foreign exchange rate will be displayed on this Lightning web component itself. So this is the other project that we are building inside of the course. Okay, so this is the project that we are building, and you can see here I have added, if I go back to my login here, and if I go to this particular org, the PICA, under the account object, I have added that Lightning web component. Okay, and how to create that Lightning web component, all of that is there. If I open one of those, you can see here, this is the currency exchange rate thing that I'm building. So from the first drop box, you're going to pick, let's say, USD. From the second drop box, let's say you pick INR. And now when you click on the conversion rate, a call out is made to that external system. Okay, so the reason it's not working is because the authentication, that's why. So my authentication is now working, and let me see if I can fix it in no time, but if it's taking a long time, but that's okay. Open folder. I don't even remember where was the code for this one, this project. Okay, good. So here we have created these LWC I'm not sure why we have duplicate here. Authorization, get the session ID. All this code is explained in the course, so don't worry if you're not able to understand something. Let me go under endpoint URL is coming from no, I'm not sure if it is, but that's fine. You can, once we do in the course, then you'll understand. Maybe there's the authentication piece is not properly done, and that's why it's failing. But just to get you an idea, this is what it is going to look like. So from the first drop down, you're going to pick up the base currency. From the second drop down, you're going to pick up the conversion currency. And when you hit the conversion rate, you will get the data in this form. And you can see here, it'll show you the exchange rate, and it'll also tell you what was your currency code, the current conversion currency, and all that. So this is the Lightning Web component that we are going to build in the course. So this is the fifth project that we are going to build. Now, if you're not enrolled, then as I mentioned, we are going to do these weekly doubt session as part of the course. So you have to go through the course, okay? But this weekly doubt session will give you the motivation to go through it, because a lot of times what happens is students just enroll in the course and they don't go through it. So these doubt session will actually help you and will keep you on track in order to finish the course. Okay, so this is the coupon code. So if you are not enrolled, I will recommend you guys to check the course out. So this is the complete coupon code, and I think it's going to get expired probably today itself. So go ahead and check that. Now guys, this course will be available for lifetime. So it's just going to be a one-time payment. If you are not enrolled, you can enroll in the course, and there's no expiration date. Okay, so it'll be there lasting for as long as you want, and you can access it anytime you want. The course is about 10 hours long. Rahul, that's what I'm saying. So these weekly doubt sessions will really help you, because then you can ask queries and your doubts, etc., in these sessions. So this was to give you an overview of that. Thank you, Fergal. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. Toshif, can we schedule session for Aura and Lightning Web Components with SOAP and REST APIs? We can talk about this, but just to give you a promise that I will be doing these doubt sessions on a regular basis. And if you are enrolled in any other courses of mine, not just this one, you can ask your queries, or if you're stuck at a particular lecture and you think this can be added, then I will definitely address those things. I've been doing these doubt session, I think, from last 2-3 weeks now. So it'll happen around the same time, 11 o'clock or maybe 12 o'clock, somewhere around that time on Saturdays. So now for students who are already enrolled in this particular course, if you guys have any doubts, then you can ask me now. Let me paste the coupon code again. This is only going to expire in 1 day. So if you have, this is the time to hurry up on this one. Any more questions, guys, related to the course or anything else? Any feedback will highly be appreciated. If you want to learn something else, let me know what's the next thing you guys are interested in. Um, so the thing is, I won't be able. So you would just have to set up an alarm, Friggle, on your side. I will not be able to do that because there are some restrictions. I prefer using Zoom, but I'm not sure if it according to the policies of Udemy. So that's why. But yeah, if just keep a alarm or a calendar invite for yourself next weekend as well around 11 o'clock. So Krishna, I'm not doing because I have a lot of courses I won't be able to do for each and every session. So I will be hosting this one doubt session every weekend. And whichever course you guys are enrolled in, you can ask your queries in that particular session. And if you wanted to, let's say, want to debug some code for me, or you want me to look at you the code that I've covered in the course, not your office course code, etc. But yeah, so you can it'll be having these doubt session, and you can ask any questions if you're enrolled in my courses on Udemy or on my website. Yes, it'll be a common session for all the courses. Yes, probably will be always at this time, but you will get in either. I'm not sure if you are subscribed to my channel. If not, then you can subscribe, and then you can you automatically you'll get the notification anytime a live event will happen. But I will also send this announcement. Sometimes you might not get the announcement because it's something out of my control, but I will be sending the announcements as well. Okay, Jeremy, I will add that to my upcoming course list, which is the Marketing Cloud. Tashif, Microsoft Teams, I'm not sure because the only restriction I have is I cannot ask your guys' email address in order to join the session. So I have to use the tools which doesn't require these things. So that's why YouTube Live was one of those things where no credentials are needed or email is needed. That was one of the restrictions. Udemy doesn't allow you to do that. So I think I have very limited number of tools that I can use. Lalo, it's going to be 11 a.m. CST Central Time. Barbara, yes, they will be recorded, but I will highly encourage you guys to attend the live one so that you will have a good understanding and you can ask. Live is more interesting, but if for some reason you guys are not able to attend it, then you can definitely check out the recorded session as well. Leo, so all the projects that I have covered in the course, they are somewhere related to the real-time applications. They're not as wide or as in broad as a real-time, but the same concepts are covered in the course. And I already gave, I'm not sure if you joined the session late, but I gave you an overview and in-depth analysis of all the projects and gave you how everything is going to look like at the end. So there are some real-time examples are covered in the course. There's also another course that I have on Udemy. It's called Salesforce Developer Training with Real-Time Project Part 1. That actually covers a project that I worked previously at a company. So I've kind of used the same pattern and built another course out of that. Okay, Toshif, I might check that Microsoft Teams. I was thinking of Zoom, if that'll help, but yeah. Don't you guys like the YouTube Live? Is that something you Shantanu, I kind of these days at our work we are doing Lightning Web Components, so I myself have lost hold of Aura, but I will definitely have to refresh myself in order to give you those Aura classes. But I do have a course related to Aura components as well. Okay, so a lot of people are giving me a feedback that Teams is horrible. What about YouTube? YouTube is fine? If you guys are okay with YouTube, then it'll be good. Then we can just continue on the YouTube. As long as you're able to see my screen and you can see me and talk and all that, so that I think that should be fine. And if you have any more suggestions, we can do. Okay, so Mohammed have a question related to the automation. He's from automation testing and wanted to get into Salesforce development. So I understand that since you're from automation testing, you might be familiar with Java, because if you're using Selenium or stuff of like that nature, then it'll be easy for you to get into Salesforce development. So the first I have is you can list down the name of the courses that I'm giving. It's called Salesforce Developer Training for Beginners. That particular course will give you a Apex side of things, and you will kind of get an understanding of what Apex is, how to write code using Apex. And since you're coming from already a programming background like Java, it'll be easy for you to understand that. So that will be the first course, Salesforce Developer Training. And I'm assuming you are already familiar with out-of-the-box features of Salesforce, like how to create objects, how to create classes, and stuff like that. So you should be familiar with the basics of the tool. And then you can take the Developer Training for Beginner course. That will kind of set up the ground for learning more advanced topics of Apex. But that is the first recommended course I will give it to you, Salesforce Developer Training for Beginners. Yes, Balaji, yes, you can use Postman to make SOAP calls to Salesforce. And this was one of the doubts that I always had, that can I make SOAP calls? But yes, you can make SOAP calls, and you can see here, there is an envelope that we use in the case of SOAP. And basically you're making a SOAP call using Postman as well. You can use Postman to do SOAP as well as REST calls. Balaji, I do already have external SOAP APIs that I've created in the course. That the fourth project covers those SOAP APIs, where you're integrating two Salesforce org, and from one Salesforce org, we are making a SOAP call to the second Salesforce org, and we are passing all the information, which creates the record on their side. Yes, Krishna, Salesforce development, there is two courses if you wanted to get an overview of what Salesforce is out of the box. The course I will say is Salesforce Admin Certification course. And this course is recorded in the classic UI, which is the old one. But I also have Salesforce Lightning UI course, which covers the same concepts using the newer UI, which is the Lightning. But I will recommend you guys to check out both the courses, classic and the Lightning one. I have sent the names of the courses: Salesforce Admin Certification course and the Salesforce Lightning UI course. Balaji, I will recommend you, if it will be really helpful, if you like the course, then please post a review for the course as well. That'll kind of help me and motivate me to produce good content. So I will really appreciate if you can post a few lines on the review of the course as well, since you have already joined the course. Rajesh, no worries. We will be hosting these sessions on a regular basis. So next time we will hold the session at 11. So keep it on your calendar, mark it on your phone or something, so you don't forget the next time. But I will be posting the video on YouTube, so you can check that one out. Thank you, Barbara, for that feedback. I really appreciate. So if you go to Udemy, you can check my instructor profile, and you can see all the courses I have on related to Salesforce. Most of my courses are related to Salesforce, so you can check those courses by going under my instructor profile. Yes, Jeremy, integration is one of the most common topic that has been asked by interviewers and employers, and that's one thing that you will definitely need to do is integrate Salesforce with external systems. So this course will be very, very beneficial, and the concepts that I've covered are fairly new, so you will have an edge over the other developers because I don't know a lot of people. I've been taking interviews lately because our company was needing a developer, and I've asked the streaming API questions from a lot of students, but none of them have answered me. So if you go through this course, you will have a better knowledge and compared to other developers out there. Thank you, Rajesh, for going through those courses. Um, Salesforce admin certification course. Let me send you the link. So this is the one I'm talking about. This covers the concepts in the classic UI. So this is the one, and then there is another one that I will recommend is the Lightning UI, which is Salesforce Lightning UI. Most of the courses I have are bestsellers, so you will definitely get a good content, and a lot of feedback on the courses are already there. So yes, this is the first one that you see here. That is the one that I'm talking about. It covers the concepts in the Lightning UI. Rajesh, the course that I'm talked about, it is already there on Udemy. This is the coupon code for the course. If you are not enrolled, I will recommend you to enroll, and this is the last day for that coupon code to work. The real time, there is only part one. There is no part two of that real time course. There's only part one, but it's a fully complete course. It's not like a that's half of the portion is in another course. No, it's the whole complete project. And if you're looking for that particular course, then this is the one that I'm talking about. It's one of the best courses I have. Um, real Salesforce developer training with real-time project, and there's this one. It covers Visualforce, so that's there. And then there is another one. This one, the real-time project. So that is the course that I was talking about. Rube, I don't have that specific Oracle with Salesforce integration, but I think with the concepts that I've covered, you'll get pretty much information on how to do the Oracle. It should be fairly similar, but I don't have specifically for Oracle and Salesforce in the course. The integration coupon code is new course integration. That is the coupon code, new course integration. That's the coupon code to enroll, and I think only 1 day is left, so you have to hurry up on that. Rajesh, just for you, new course, all caps, new course integration. That is the coupon code for the course. Any more questions or doubts or anything you guys want to ask? Lalo, yes, that course is there. So if you are enrolled in the monthly subscription on my website, which is mytutorialrack.com, there is a course which is called the same one, Salesforce Lightning UI. So you can check that on my tutorial rack as well. And if you are enrolled in monthly subscription, then you will be able to access the courses. All the courses are covered under the monthly subscription on my website. Rajat, I actually don't know self cycle in Salesforce. I've never came across that terminology. So I don't know about that. I'm so sorry. It is in tutorial rack. You can see here, view all courses, Salesforce Lightning. This is the one, Salesforce Lightning UI, learn about Lightning UI features. This is the same exact course that I'm recommending you to check out. Any more questions, guys? I think we should wrap up now. It's more than an hour. Krish, I do not have anything specifically for Platform Developer 2, but if I think Platform Developer 2 has a portion of integration, so the new course will give you a good understanding on the integration piece, but I do not have a course which covers end-to-end Platform Developer 2 certification. I have it for Platform Developer 1. Edgar, the course is for integrating Salesforce with other system, but it's not. This external system can be anything. The concept's going to be the same, but and the pattern will be the same. But I don't have this in this course, Salesforce to Tableau yet. I might add it in the future, but not currently. It's not there. I have used custom CSS in the Lightning. I haven't used actually a outside CSS in the UI component. I did it for one of the projects under the Lightning Web Components. I'm not sure about SCCS. Yeah, Zoom might not have. I did talk to Udemy people if I can use Zoom. So I'm waiting on their response. So if they allow me to use Zoom, then we can do a Zoom call. But on the Zoom, I think I've never worked with the Zoom before, but yeah. In our office, we use Microsoft Teams. Salesforce developer with light versus. Both of them, yeah, both of them are different. Salesforce development with the real-time project and the developer training with the real-time. So both cover two different projects. If you go through the introduction video, which is always available for you to watch, actually that introduction video will tell you what the course covers. So check that video before, and if you think those are the topics you want to learn, then you can enroll in that course. I don't remember on top of my head which course covers what, but yeah, there are two courses of mine related to projects. One covers a Visualforce project, and the other one is a doesn't use Visualforce. It basically an Apex classes, and we build a housing project in that application, in that course. Any questions, guys? Okay, guys, so then I will see you guys next time, and keep in set up an alarm for 11 o'clock on next Saturday. And thank you guys for joining. And if you are not yet enrolled, then I will recommend you to check the course related to the new course related to the integration. The coupon code is going to get expired today, so hurry up if you're not yet enrolled. And I will see you next time, guys. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate your time. and for investing in me, to being available for this live. I love doing these sessions. And if you have any feedbacks, then I will highly recommend you. Please let me know. And if you have any more something to share, then let me know. Thank you. Bye bye. Take care, guys.